This is Kate Hudson. I'm going to be teaching you all about viruses and prokaryotes. Um, and here we go. So a quick comparison between viruses and prokaryotes is that viruses are not alive and need a host cell to reproduce, and they also cannot maintain a metabolism by themselves. Prokaryotes, which are also known as bacteria and archaea, um, they're very, very similar to each other. They are living prokaryotic cells that reproduce by binary fission and do maintain their own metabolism. Oh, the the virus is doing a little wiggle, as is the bacteria. Um, Viruses are considered not living because they cannot reproduce or carry out a metabolism on their own. They are a smaller cell, 20 to 300 nanometers, which is very, very small. Um, they come in various structures. Helical, which is kind of like a cylindrical kind of rod shape. If I get the laser pointer here, this section is what they would consider uh, helical. Polyhedral would be kind of like the head of the whole thing, you know, kind of, just sharp edges, kind of like a polyhedral. Or complex, which is from what I've seen, they're kind of like a rounder, kind of oblong. You couldn't actually give them a specific shape. Some examples of this are flu, HIV, and COVID-19, which of course is probably the most recent large, kind of mainstream kind of thing, since it just happened a few years ago and definitely screwed up all of our um, high school, for a year or two there. Um, do 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 do. Um, Viruses are harmful intracellular parasites that they enter a cell to steal, kind of like what this one here is doing. They enter the cell, the much larger cell, to steal particles, or not particles, but proteins and nucleic acids to make um, particles called virions. The new virions transport the viral genome to another host to perform another round of infection. Bacteria is a unicellular living organism. They lack a nucleus or any membrane-bound organelles. They don't have any, no mitochondria, no Golgi apparatus. They have some ribosomes. They got they got DNA, but it's not in the nucleus. They're typically 1 to 10 micrometers, and which is significantly larger than a virus, and reproduce through binary fission. And they're also found in many different environments. Some bacteria shapes are the cosi, which is a spherical shaped bacteria. They can sometimes form chains like they are here, because sometimes they don't actually detach from when they go through fission. Spiral shaped is spiral shaped, Um, it kind of looks like a snake here, which Indiana Jones would be terrified of, so let's hope he never gets sick. Um, Bacilli is a rod shaped uh bacteria is which is just straight shaped. Um, some good and the bad bacteria. Some good bacteria is the coli. It's found in your intestines and produces vitamin K and B complex vitamins. The next one's also found in the intestines, but it protects against harmful bacteria. You actually get this bacteria in your body because of like yogurt. It has that kind of bacteria in it when they make it. And this bacteria produces a neurotoxin, which is the world's deadliest known toxin. It causes like paralysis and uh, it's just it'll it could kill any human, but just taking a small amount. Yeah, there we go. So why is it not clicking? The archaea are very similar to bacteria, but they like to live in extreme environments like the Yellowstone hot springs, which are very beautiful if you ever get the chance to go. Do recommend. Very fun trip. Some studies actually show that eukaryotes might have actually evolved from archaea way back when. So I thought that was really interesting. I'd never actually read that before, so I thought it was super cool. So I included it. And these are just a few of the huge pandemics that have had through history. Um, like the plague of Justinian, the Spanish flu, of course, which happened in the 1900s, smallpox, which was responsible for killing a ton of Native Americans. Of course, HIV and AIDS is still current today, and there's like the Black Plague and a bunch of other different ones. Here's COVID right here, which is still pretty small in the large scale of things. Like, just smallpox killed 56 million people. We're lucky that coronavirus wasn't as bad as it was. So we're lucky. Thank you all for listening. Um, Good luck in yours and have a great day.